Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Another big exciting day in my kitchen. Where are we going? What are we doing? Listen, I want to bring you a real simple, fun recipe today, and it's one of the recipes and one of the dishes we always make for the seven fishes or the feast of the seven fishes for Christmas Eve. And what that really means is there's seven sacraments in the Catholic religion. So as a celebration and a recognition of those sacraments, when you get up Christmas Eve, you're supposed to fast. And you're supposed to not have any meat, and then you go to midnight mass. After midnight mass, then you come home and you pick out on some prosciutto or some other meats. So in this case, the seven fishes is really a celebration of your faith and Catholic religion and those sacraments. This is one of those recipes that I love to make. It's simple and it's fast, and listen, this is something you can have all year long. Certainly, we're coming in Christmas season. This is true what we're going to call Italiana fritta, which means to fry. And what I love about this recipe, one, if you start off with something that's really good quality fish of any type, you could use cuttlefish. This is great for calamari. This is great for smelt, which is some of those fish that you're going to use for the seven fishes. In this case, we're going to use shrimp. So you want a really good quality shrimp. You want raw shrimp. You can get them pre-cleaned. And in this case today, we've got 2 pounds of shrimp. Now, we've got the extra large shrimp, not quite the jumbo. You can go with any size you want. The small ones are a pain. There's a lot more work to it. And the big ones are too big of a meal. In most cases, you're going to want to nibble. You're going to want to nibble on some fish here. So that maybe you're going to have some smelt, maybe you're going to have some cuttle, maybe you're going to have some calamari, you're going to have a couple of pieces of shrimp. And it's just an easier bite size for the mouth. So I've got 2 pounds of fresh, raw, ideally if possible. If not, frozen, thawed, pre-cleaned shrimp that's extra large in size. Next, I'm going to need some flour. So again, this is fritta. We're going to make something quick, and it's going to just taste absolutely delicious. So I want 2 cups of flour. Now, in this case, you could use all-purpose flour, which is great. A lot of flours, you're going to have the tipo, you're going to have the 00. I like a pastry flour, also a cake flour. It's finer in ground, very low in protein. It's very light. And what I'm going for here is I'm going for a crisp. I'm going for just a little flavor and just a little bit of that crisp coating on the outside of the shrimp, because I really want the flavor of the fish, in this case the shrimp, I want that to come through. So this is going to enhance it. It's not going to be a battered or a deep breading. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's not what this is. It's a true fritta. Now we want a crisp, and what really helps to crisp it is I'm going to use a half of a cup of cornstarch. So I'm going to mix the cornstarch with the flour. It adds a little bit more of a crunch, a little bit more of a crisp to it. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of a red chili. So you can use paprika, which is great. You can use a red chili. You can use something that's a little hotter with a little bit more heat. I like the red chili because it's going to give me that smoky, oh, I love that smoky flavor. It's going to give me just a little heat on the backdrop. It's not something that you're going to really taste, if you will, right up front. But it is going to help enhance those flavors. Definitely need some salt and pepper. Now, you guys know salt. In this case, I'm either going to use a flaky sea salt from Sicily. I can't even, that's tough to say. A flaky sea salt from Sicily, which is some of my favorite salt. Or I'm going to use a pink Himalayan. It's briny, earthy. Pink is sexy, guys, okay? So we're going to go with something sexy because fritta shrimp is sexy, okay? And then we're going to need some pepper. So I want fresh ground always on the pepper. Why is that? Because as soon as you grind it, guys, you're going to lose those oils. They're going to dry out, and you lose a lot of the flavor. So in this case, fresh ground, only way to go. So you figure we're going to use about a teaspoon heavy on the salt and a teaspoon or more heavy on the black pepper. Next, I'm going to need some oil. Now, in this case, we're going to need some oil for frying. And you don't want to use extra virgin olive oil for frying because it has the green particulate of the olive, and that's going to burn. It's going to smolder. It's going to smoke. So we don't want that. So in this case, you can use an olive oil, which is what I use, but I use the final pressing, not the extra virgin. So it's going to be yellow in color, golden in color. I love that. That's going to give you not a lot of flavor, but it's a beautiful oil to use. It's very traditional to fry in the golden olive oil, which is great. Another oil that's common is the peanut oil. So you can use a peanut oil here in the United States. That works fantastic as well. I'm going to need a cast iron pan. Now I always like to use the white porcelain on the cast iron because the white inside the cast iron gives you a nice contrast, so you can really check out what's happening on the fry and how much further it's got to go, even though they're going to go 2 or 3 minutes. We're going to go around 350 degrees on the fry, so I've got my candy thermometer in there. Guys, I've got 1 quart of oil dumped in that cast iron pan that I'm bringing up to the 350 degrees. Now last, guys, a topic we need to talk about is olive oil. Now, we're not going to put extra virgin olive oil in this dish, but if we wanted to put extra virgin olive oil in this dish, obviously being in an Italian dish, we would want, obviously, Italian olives. You're going to want something really good. Puglia, best olive oil in the world is from Puglia. You want it grassy, earthy, a little pepper, a little robust kick. Where would I go? I know where I would go. I would go online by clicking the link above or below, or on my website, Cooking Italian with Joe, and you guys can grab yourself a bottle of our extra virgin Italian olive oil. I own a farm, for anyone new to our channel, in Italy, in Puglia, Italy. It's just above the heel, and we make some of the best extra virgin olive oil. We co-op with a whole group of farms. So just click the link above or below, visit us on our website, and we'll be more than happy to drop ship you a few bottles of olive oil right to your front doorstep. I like to think of it, when I look at it, I think of it as taking a trip to Italy right in the bottles. Okay, guys, you ready to start having some fun? Guys, real simple. Just grab a nice big large bowl, real big, nice big bowl, okay? Because you don't want to make a mess with this. Now I'm going to grab my 2 cups of flour. I'm going to grab my ½ of a cup of cornstarch. Grab my teaspoon of red chili. I'm going to go a teaspoon of pink Himalayan sexy salt. I'm going to go 1 teaspoon of fresh ground pepper here. And now I'm just going to grab a fork, guys. I'm going to give it a light stir because I want all those flavors to work their way through the flour. Now, guys, a couple important tips. My flour's mixed. I've got a plate after I dredge my shrimp to put it on. I want my shrimp around room temperature. I don't want to put them frozen or cold because the flour on the shrimp, that light dusting, it won't stick if it's frozen, okay? So that's really important. Next, I want to fry as soon as I dust them with flour. I don't want them to sit there and get soggy. It won't come out as crispy, and the other problem is the breading, or the flour in this case, it'll start to peel off. So as soon as I dust them, within a matter of a moment or two before they start to sweat, I want to get them in the fry. So you got to make sure your temperature of your oil is right at 350 to 370, right around that window before I start to bread. Next, I'm going to want a plate with some paper towels, something to get everything out with. Another important tip, guys, I want to make sure I got salt right next to them when they're done, just to season them, just a touch when they come out of the oil. A couple other important tips that make these come out molto deleccio is if you subscribe to the channel. So as you guys know, there's a red button right there, and when you click that, you become a member of the channel. So any trips I've got, recipes, we got a lot going on in the villa in Italy right now, all that'll come right to your notification box when you hit that red bell right down next to the subscribe button. And I'll tell you, I say this to you guys every week. It really means a lot to me when you subscribe to our channel, when you become a member. And hey, it makes you part of the family. You know what I'm saying? Last, I probably don't even mention it because I know I can actually hear, I can hear the oil being shipped to your house. You already clicked it. All right, I don't even need to talk about the oil. I've got my bowl of shrimp. I've got my flour. I've got my plate. Take the shrimp, put it in there, and really light dusting. That's all you're looking for. See how it's dusted? Perfect. Okay, guys, my oil's ready. My shrimp's ready. Dusted and just fresh. So go ahead and start putting your shrimp in the oil. Go really slow. Hold it closely. Oh, can you hear that? You want to get everything in there around the same time, or you don't want to have everything big variation in cooking. Now, guys, this is seafood, so this does not take long at all. We're talking literally 3 minutes, no more than 5 minutes to fry. Okay, guys, it's been about 4.5, 5 minutes. Look at that. That's exactly what I want right there. I'm going to go ahead and put everything right on my plate, spread it out nice and even. Guys, that was about half of our shrimp right there. So we got another pound to go. And guys, once this comes out, spread it out quick. And now I'm going to take, I got everything spread out my pan. I'm going to take my salt and really light. Go from the top so you get a nice even spread, and just give it a nice light sprinkle of salt. Guys, we're all set. The aroma in the kitchen, oh, fantastic. Smells like Christmas Eve, you know what I mean? Very lightly breaded, no dipping sauce, salt pad, maybe a wedge of lemon, maybe not. You're gonna hit it, you're gonna eat it, it's absolutely delicious. So it's often served just like this. Christmas Eve, for example, you're gonna have cuttlefish, you're gonna have calamari, like I said, smelt, you're gonna have bacalao, you're gonna have all different types of fishes. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab just a couple here before the troops come in and start eating everything. Oh, the aroma of that is perfect. And there you go, guys, isn't that gorgeous? Look at that, perfectly tender. It's not even oily. You see how the frita, the flour, just, it's a light dusting. It's not a thick batter. It's just a light dusting. It couldn't come out more perfect. Okay, guys, favorite time is taste time. I'll tell you, the first thing that hits you, you get that little bit of salt and the flavor of the flour, and the texture on this, that crunch, that cornstarch is perfect. And the dusting of it is just right. And now, right now, after I had the first piece, you can get a little bit of that smoky, it's just a hint, just like a couple of notes and a little bit of heat that comes through. And it's so traditional in Italy. It's very simple. It's very light in its flavoring. So the flour doesn't hide. It doesn't take away from the flavor of the shrimp. And what's great about this can be served as an aperitif. You know, you could actually serve this as like an appetizer. It's so simple, easy, and so traditional, especially for those beautiful little restaurants along the shore of Puglia, Italy, no doubt. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me in my kitchen today. A couple important things to go over. One, hit that subscribe button. Hey, make you part of the family, and that notification bell. We got a lot going on in the villa I want to share with you. Make sure you hit the link above or below, or hit my website, Cooking Italian with Joe. Grab yourself a few bottles of olive oil. We'll drop ship it right to your front doorstep. Vito and Joe's, I'll tell you, it truly is a trip to Italy right in a bottle. And last, guys, and most importantly, you know, a couple times a month, get around the table with your family. Spend some time in the kitchen. Celebrate your heritage. Tell stories. Have some fun. Most important, set some traditions. They'll last you a lifetime. I know they did for me. Hey, guys, from my kitchen to yours, until next week, mwah, buon appetito.